Your recorded guitar tracks sound harsh, thin, and fizzy because you are pointing your studio microphone at the completely wrong spot on your speaker. You spend hours adjusting the knobs on your amplifier to find the perfect sound. You buy expensive guitars and boutique pedals to capture that classic rock tone. Yet when you press record, the resulting audio file sounds brittle and completely unusable. The physics of sound capture is unforgiving. A misplacement of just 1 inch will destroy your recording. You place the microphone dead center against the speaker cloth, expecting maximum clarity, but you end up with a piercing, brittle high end that ruins your mix. You sit in your room and dial in your amplifier until it sounds correct to your own ears. You then put a microphone in front of it, and the digital playback sounds nothing like the physical amplifier in the room. This severe disconnect happens because the microphone does not possess human hearing. It interprets the physical air movement coming from your speaker in a highly literal and unforgiving manner. Most guitarists try to fix a harsh recorded tone by buying premium software equalizers or switching out their distortion pedals. The signal coming from your amplifier is not broken. Your expensive gear is not the problem. Your lack of spatial awareness destroys your tone before it ever reaches your computer. Throwing more money at new equipment will not solve a problem rooted in fundamental physics. The issue lies entirely in the microscopic distance between the microphone capsule and the speaker cone. Here at the Tone Manual, engineers have found that veteran studio professionals use 4 specific placement mechanics to completely alter how a microphone interprets physical air movement. In this explainer, we will look at the dust cap mistake, the horizontal axis shift, the proximity effect, and dual mic phase interaction. Mastering these 4 spatial alignments costs nothing. However, it completely dictates whether your guitar sounds like an amateur bedroom project or a monolithic classic rock record. The commercial music industry relies on these exact physical principles every single day. The first mechanic involves the dust cap. The dust cap is the small dome in the center of the speaker cone that projects concentrated high frequencies. A standard guitar speaker does not distribute sound evenly across its entire physical surface. The very center of the cone projects a highly concentrated beam of ultra-high frequencies. This creates a tone that is naturally harsh and biting when captured up close. Placing a microphone directly in front of the central dome intentionally captures the most aggressive frequencies the speaker can physically produce. Pointing a directional microphone straight at this center point captures an artificial top end. This fails to represent the warm resonance of the actual speaker cabinet. It functions exactly like staring directly into a flashlight beam. You receive the maximum blinding intensity of the light, but you lose your ability to see the surrounding room. Focusing solely on the harsh center blinds the microphone to the warm, low-end resonance generated by the rest of the speaker cabinet. Your practical takeaway here is to stop placing your microphone exactly in the middle of the speaker to avoid this structural harshness. The second mechanic is the horizontal axis shift. Moving the microphone along the horizontal axis simply means you slide it laterally, pushing it away from the center dust cap toward the outer paper edge of the speaker cone. The physical design of the speaker creates different frequency zones. Moving the microphone toward the outer edge fundamentally changes the physical air movement you capture. You physically change the equalization of your recording simply by sliding a piece of metal across a horizontal plane. The physics shows that by shifting the axis, the high frequencies naturally roll off while the low mids begin to thicken. High frequencies travel in straight lines, whereas low frequencies fan out in all directions. As you move the microphone off-center, it stops taking the direct impact of those straight, high-frequency sound waves. The high-frequency drop-off accelerates as the microphone moves from dead center to 1, 2, 3, and 4 inches off axis. Your practical takeaway is to place the microphone halfway between the center dust cap and the outer edge of the speaker cone to instantly balance your tone. The third mechanic is the proximity effect. The proximity effect is an increase in bass frequencies caused by placing a directional microphone very close to a sound source. This effect dictates that physical distance fundamentally alters low-end frequencies. It functions exactly like someone whispering directly into your ear versus talking normally from across the room. The closer the physical source is to the receiver, the more low-end resonance and physical rumble you experience. A microphone placed directly against a speaker grille experiences the maximum possible bass buildup. Most guitarists assume that pushing the microphone completely flat against the grille cloth is the correct method. The reality is this extreme closeness artificially inflates bass frequencies to create a muddy, undefined sound. Pulling the microphone away allows the sound waves to develop in the air, and it incorporates more of the natural room acoustics into your recording. If your recorded low end sounds tubby, bloated, and undefined, your practical takeaway is to simply pull the microphone back 2 to 3 inches from the grille cloth. This single movement acts as a physical equalizer to tighten your bass response immediately.
The final mechanic utilizes phase cancellation. Phase cancellation occurs when two identical sound waves combine slightly out of time, causing a reduction in specific frequencies. This phenomenon happens when sound reaches two separate microphones at slightly different times. It acts exactly like two waves in a pool colliding and flattening the water. When the peaks of one sound wave align exactly with the valleys of another sound wave, they physically eliminate each other. This is not a digital glitch. It is a fundamental law of acoustic physics that dictates how sound waves interact in a physical space.
You can harness phase cancellation deliberately using the Fredman technique. You start by placing one standard dynamic microphone straight at the speaker dust cap to capture the aggressive attack. You then place a second, adjacent microphone, angled at 55 degrees, pointing at the exact same spot on the speaker. Because the angled microphone is slightly further from the sound source, the sound arrives a fraction of a millisecond later. This minuscule delay forces a phase interaction that naturally scoops out harsh mid-range frequencies. Your practical takeaway is to use this specific two-microphone setup and blend their volume levels in your computer to sculpt a massive tone without touching software equalizers.
Most guitarists assume buying new gear will fix a bad recording. The reality is that applying these four physical mechanics will instantly transform your amateur bedroom project into a professional studio track. Microphone placement is a hard science based entirely on physical dimensions, distances, and acoustic principles. You cannot buy your way out of bad physics. The solutions to your recording frustrations are already sitting in your studio. They just need to be aligned correctly. Will you buy another expensive pedal, or will you simply move your microphone 1 inch today?